Let's see. Let's get to OTDISH on this date in sports history. I'll go. In 1994, the Cincinnati Reds, they bat out of order against the Dodgers in the second inning.
Okay.
So I didn't notice, I didn't realize that this was a problem at all, because I just automatically assumed everybody batted in order, like the way they're supposed to. They give the ref the card, and that's the batting order, and then they come up. The ref actually doesn't have to call it. From what I was reading into it, the ref doesn't actually have to call it. It's only when the ump is notified that he can make the adjustments. So, like, what would happen is if a guy bats out of order, he knocks it and he hits a double and he scores a run.
Okay.
The ump gets notified of it. The ump will take away that run, put the guy back on wherever he was, and call the guy out.
Wow.
Yeah, so you basically completely reverse what happened at that bat. That at-bat does not count.
Interesting.
I didn't know that. Learned something new.
So it's like more of a strategy for the other team just to wait and see how it goes, and then notify the ump. So if it goes, good for the other team, you're like, hey,
right,
they batted out of order.
Exactly. So they kind of hold the cards there.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was kind of interesting too.
So out of the box. I like it.
Yeah. What you got?
So mine's a little bit out of the box, and it starts. I guess it starts the bicycle type of sport. So it's the origins of the bicycle, but the first bicycles were introduced in the U.S. on this date in 1819.
Oh, like those bicycles with the big wheels?
So, yes, they were the big bicycles with the wheels. They were actually commonly known as swift walkers. So the first bicycles actually were just basically kind of two big wheels, a seat, and no pedals. So basically, your feet touch the ground and you just kind of walk. That's why they called them the swift walkers. Yes.
No way.
I know, right?
Actually, I mean, that's essentially like the sitting version of a skateboard.
Sort of, yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I've reached on that one, but...
But they did have handlebars, so, I mean, you could kind of pedal yourself a little bit, maybe lift up your feet and then ride. I mean,
There's no way they could turn it. It had to have gone straight. You had to lean to turn. You definitely had to have leaned to turn.
I don't know. I think they did say. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe they didn't.
I think because if you lean, you could probably
You could still turn. Yeah. I just know that there was handlebars that they could hang on to. So handlebars were implemented. It was actually a German inventor that came up with it, and the Swift walkers were actually imported into NYC on this date.
Oh,
so
nice.
And then he also had some other names which were actually kind of funny. Velocipede, hobby horses, and dandy horses. Velocipede is probably
it's Velocipede for me, bro.
For sure. So, but yeah, it wasn't until later on Pierre Lamont of France was the one that added a transmission to it, and with the pedals. But yeah, the first bicycles.
French ass motherfuckers. That's why they have the Tour de France.
Yes,
that's why it's the most prestigious.
Exactly. But Velocipede.
Velocipede. In 1943, the fastest 9-inning AL baseball night game, 89 minutes, was between the Chicago White Sox. They beat the Washington Senators 1-0. That's cool. That's insane. We have 4-hour games now, and that one didn't even last an hour and a half. And dude, I looked up the box score. Like the Chicago White Sox had one pitcher. He pitched a complete game, but he allowed 3 hits. He walked 1. He struck out only 2.
Okay.
But the other guy, he allowed 1 run. He allowed 9 hits. He struck out 3 or something, and he walked 2. Like, it doesn't seem like it was a game that would have been the quickest game ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird. And, like, I don't know.
Just had pace back then. Didn't even need a pitching clock.
Didn't need the pitch clock. Let's go. Let's figure out what they did in 1943, and let's, maybe follow that. Maybe not an hour and a half long game, but, we could probably, if they want to make the game quicker, let's see what they did back in the day.
Dissect that.
Yeah.
Analyze it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. All right. Last one. It's going to be more of a Preakness theme since we are kind of around that timeline. So in 1988, Risen Star, written by Eddie Delahoussaye, spoils winning colors bid to become the first Philly to win the Triple Crown.
The Philly. Nice.
So the Philly.
Is that what the Philadelphia Phillies are?
No. So this is actually Filly.
Ah.
So the Philly refers to a young female horse.
Nice.
Typically one that's less than 4 years old.
Okay.
So that was spoiled that during that year, there was Risen Star was a favorite to actually win the Triple Crown, but there has not been a filly to win the Triple Crown thus far. So
so horse racing is sexist.
Guys rule, girls drool.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I like it. That's fine. Yeah, stallions, baby, stallions.
Yep.
You got anything else?
That's it.